What's up, my people? Welcome back to my channel. And yeah, my name is Linda Opanga. I'm a pharmacist by profession, and on this channel, this is a safe space where we just talk about health. We've come to the completion of the series of infertility, and I'd really like to thank you because you've really participated in that. You've really, like, your comments just keep me going. Your participation keeps me going, and it makes me even want to make more and more videos. And we are growing, fam. We are at 596 subscribers. Yay! So we are growing. Make sure you continue subscribing. If you haven't subscribed, hit the notification bell so that you receive a video every time I post. I'm starting a new series on pregnancy, and at least you're going to have like happy moments and also some sad moments where we'll discuss diseases about pregnancy, diseases affecting pregnant women. Today I did a Q&A on Instagram, and I asked you guys about like pregnancy. What do you want me to talk about? And someone told me I really need to conceive very fast, and I really appreciate if you talk about the tips. So I'm going to tell you about the tips of getting pregnant. If you have an issue, you're trying to get pregnant and you're not getting an easy time, please come here today, call your friends, because today I'm going to share a few tips that I've gathered about like if you want to conceive. So tip number one, make sure you know your cycle as a lady. So as a lady, we have our menstrual cycle, and it's usually 21 to 35 days, on average 28 days. And there's usually that period, your fertility window, where someone is usually fertile. That is the time when you have unprotected sex, you're more likely to get pregnant. So if you are looking to get pregnant, make sure you time that period. So it's usually around day 14. And you remember when I was talking about my previous videos, I was telling you that the sperm can stay in your body for up to 5 days. So during that fertility window, you can actually have unprotected sex, and you increase your chances of getting pregnant. Also, how do you know you're ovulating or your fertility window? There are apps that you can actually use in order to track your menstrual cycle. So those apps will tell you that, hey, this is the time you're ovulating, this is the time that you're also about to ovulate. And also there's some signs and symptoms that as a lady you will experience, and you'll know that you're about to ovulate. One, you can check your cervical mucus, and two, you can check your basal body temperature. I had done a whole video on that, on the menstrual cycle, so I'll link it up here so that you can go and check it out. Yeah. So number two, after knowing your cycle, make sure your diet comes in very, very handy. So diet, it's both for the male and the female. So if you're a female, you can take foods that are rich in iron and folic acid. If you're a male, make sure you take foods that are rich in selenium, zinc, because those ones help a lot with the sperm production. So that is number two, your diet. Three, avoid stress. So stress comes in so many ways. It can come in form of exercise. Number two, it can come in form of like daily lives. So in terms of exercise, if you do like a lot of strenuous exercise, your body will react in an abnormal way, such that it will take the stress as a form, like the exercise, as a form of stress. So it will typically shut down your ovulation, and it will interfere with your menstrual cycle. That's why sometimes you see these common athletes, they don't usually have periods. It's because name is called exercise induced amenorrhea. So an exercise can make you miss your periods. So if you really want to conceive, please don't do a lot of like heavy exercise. You can do mild to moderate, but not so heavy exercise. Then I talked about now the daily stress. Yes, I get it that you're trying to get pregnant. I get it that you're really struggling to have a baby. But the moment you start thinking about it, the moment you start putting it in all your mind, it will affect you, because stress usually affects your menstrual cycle, and it can affect your ovulation. So make sure you avoid stress. So tip number four is watch your weight. Yeah, so extremes of weight, whether you're overweight or obese or you're underweight, those two can affect your chances of conceiving. So the normal BMI, which is body mass index, which is the ideal weight that someone is supposed to be, your BMI is supposed to be between 18 to 25. So when you're above 25, you're tending towards the obesity side. When you're below 18, it's the underweight. So in fact, I saw a study that said that if you're underweight, you're less likely to conceive than someone who is obese. So you can see if you are really underweight and your weight is small, your weight is smaller than what is expected, you're supposed to add weight until you come to your recommended BMI levels. Also if you're overweight, make sure you reduce that weight. In fact, I saw another client who told me she's been trying to conceive for so long and she's been trying all these fertility drugs, but they've not been working. But the moment she started working out and losing her weight, she was able to conceive. So sometimes it's all about your weight. Then number 5, avoid a lot of alcohol and a lot of smoking. So alcohol and smoking, they can really affect your chances of conceiving, especially smoking. And alcohol, it can also affect your baby. Also, limit the amount of caffeine that you take, because caffeine has been shown to have a negative effect. Then also the drugs. If you're on contraceptives and you want to conceive, surely you won't even conceive. So get rid of the drugs. And we had also talked about drugs and infertility in my previous video. And there's a protocol and there's a way in which you can talk to your doctor if you want to be pregnant and the drug you're on is interfering with that. Make sure you tell your doctor, like, hey, I need to conceive, I need to have a baby, so would you give me an alternative drug or would you change for me the drug? Then the last tip I saw in another video about, I don't know if you guys usually watch this show that is called The Doctors of the US. So there's typically a show, and then someone was saying, one of the doctors said that if you're a, like maybe husband, wife, and you're trying to conceive, so you should have sex frequently, and then now from round number 2 onwards, that is what increases the chances of you getting pregnant. So they are saying round number 1, there's not so much that can happen. That is regarding the man, about the sperms. But round number 2, now it has those healthy sperms, it has the best sperm. So kama unafanyanga number 1 unachoka, your wife will not be pregnant. So make sure you want the round number 2 and above, so that you increase the chances of making your wife pregnant. If you've heard of that, please make sure you leave a comment about now the number of times that someone is supposed to have sex, the number of times that someone is supposed to have sex in order to get pregnant. So leave it in the comment section, because I also saw another contradicting information, also another study that said the more frequent you have sex, the less likely it is for you to get pregnant, because maybe the sperms are being wasted away or something of the sort. So that person was like, if you want to conceive and it's your fertility window, you can tell your man, like, hold on until I'm fertile and then we can try it once again. Because she was saying that maybe you're wasting the good sperm when you're not in your fertile window, and then by the time it reaches your fertile window, the good sperm is done. The last tip, it's about your diseases as ladies. Ladies, we've discussed the causes of infertility. Also for men, causes of infertility, you can go and look at my previous videos. So if you have PCOS, endometriosis, polycystic ovaries, if you have any other disease that can make you not get pregnant, make sure you look for your gynecologist and make sure that condition is treated first, because you might be trying to get pregnant, yes, but maybe you have endometriosis and then it can lead to a miscarriage. So for you to also get pregnant, make sure you treat your underlying condition. So the condition that you have, visit your gynecologist. They'll be able to advise you and they'll be able to help you so that you can get pregnant easily. So those are some of my tips that I actually gained from my research. So if you have any other tip, please make sure you leave it down below in the description box. If you have any other question relating to what I've just discussed, please let us interact in the comment section. You can always reach me on Instagram, on Facebook. I will always respond to your questions. I'll leave down my Instagram and Facebook so that you can follow me. So thank you so much, and let's meet in the next video. Bye.